Okay, welcome back to Bouncearound Charleston. Standing here with me, Treal Ravenel, co-founder of Detour Movement Incorporated, and she's the founder and visionary of Wives Who Win. Thank you for being here on Bouncearound Charleston.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
Okay, tell me about the relationship between Detour Movement and Wives Who Win.
Okay, I get that question often because people don't know what the correlation is. Detour Movement started in 2011, and it started based off of a need. My sister Jill Bullock and I were living in San Diego, California, and we were catering to young girls and women that wanted to experience something different in life. They were going through relationship problems and issues mentally and emotionally, and they just saw themselves being stuck. So we started catering to this group of people, and we moved back here to Charleston. Well, she's in DC, but I'm here in Charleston, South Carolina. We figured that it was not only women that were in San Diego, but women across the world that were experiencing relationship issues, issues with past hurt and abandonment and things of that nature that kept them in a place of stuck. So we started Detour Movement, formerly known as Abstaining for Jesus, but we changed the name to Detour Movement, and out of Detour Movement came Wives Who Win. So that's the relationship between the two. Detour Movement is the parent per se, while Wives Who Win is the child of that organization.
You know, it sounds like a movie, Wives Who Win.
Yeah.
So, do you have to be married to be a part of your community?
Absolutely not. For Detour Movement, it's all women. And when I say all women, I mean women that are professionals, women that are in school, you know, going back to get their degrees, women that are married, women that are single moms and things of that nature. Even with Wives Who Win, you don't have to be married, because our thing is, in order to be a wife, you need to find out what the strategies and tips are before you actually get into that position. And that happens a lot with people. You know, they get married and they don't have any type of coaching, any counseling, and they just say, hey, I want to be a wife, and they jump into that relationship, and then they figure, you know, have all these issues and problems that they don't know how to confront. So we encourage women that desire to be married to be a part of Wives Who Win. Those that are engaged or maybe courting to be a part of Wives Who Win, or just singles in general.
Explain Wives Who Win.
Absolutely. Well, Wives Who Win came from wives wanting to win in their marriage, and I actually have an acronym for that. In case you were wondering, it's not about status per se. Oh, you know, I have a great career, or I make this amount of money. It's not about that at all. Basically, Wives Who Win is biblically based, and is based on 1 Peter 3:1, when it talks about your husband will be won over by your character and your conduct and not your conversations. So in order for you to do that, you have to be a warrior. That's a W. You have to be a warrior in the spirit. That means you have to have a prayer life. You have to have a relationship with God and know Him for yourself. And God has to be final authority in your life as a single woman. The I is for integrity minded. You're a woman of integrity. You don't compromise the truth no matter what. And also you are influential, and you use that influence for good and not for evil. And then the N is you've made a non-negotiable boundary to never ever give up on your marriage. So that's what the win is all about. And those women have to come in with that type of mindset that that's what they want.
Wow. Okay. So now tell me, how has this movement impacted Charleston?
Oh my goodness. We've had, this next year will be our 5th conference, our annual conference. We did go to DC, so we parted a little bit. We went to DC for the last 2 years and held a conference, but we've been having the conference here annually. In addition to that, Wives Who Win has a wife chat every first Saturday of the month. So this Saturday we have a wife chat at 11 a.m. at the Otranto Regional Library, and that's where a group of women just get together and talk about real life issues that marriages go through. You know, there's no secret that marriages are going through.
Well, yes.
You know, the divorce rate is skyrocketed. So we want to get together and talk about solutions, not about the problem per se, but talk about the solutions, how we can bring those solutions to our relationships and other relationships that are around us. In addition to that, we have quarterly events as well, and we have Facebook groups and all of that good stuff. So we have made sure to put ourselves out there and making people know that we are a resource. And also we wrote several books that will be able to cater to these women, not just in Charleston, but around the globe.
One of your books is entitled Wives Who Win.
Yes.
What will a person discover in that book when they pick it up?
Wow, what they will discover is who they really are. You know, when people look at this book and this title, they automatically think, oh, when I get this book, I'm going to have a great marriage. Yeah, but not off top, because this book deals with the total woman. It deals with your mindset. It deals with the foundation of who you are. You know, unfortunately, sometimes when women get married, they lose themselves in the marriage relationship. They lose themselves in the children, or they've never discovered themselves, and they get married for the reason of, I want to be complete or whole. So this will help them to discover that.
But on the cover of that book, I noticed you wrote, How to Win in Your Marriage God's Way.
Absolutely. Absolutely, because marriage is a God idea. So in order for you to have a successful, godly marriage, you have to do it based on the Word of God. You know, I know we think society have made up the rules as far as marriage is concerned, but marriage is biblical. It's a principle that God has outlined throughout His Word. So in order for you to do it the right way, it's God's way.
Okay, thank you. And your second book is entitled Rolling with the Punches.
Yes.
What's there?
This book stemmed from just different things that I've gone through in life. As you know, it's a subtitle says Learning to Triumph in the Midst of Adversity. What I notice is that people do go through, that's, you know, inevitable. We're going to have issues and problems, but we don't necessarily know how to go through the process of going through and how to overcome. So I wanted to just be extremely transparent with things that I've gone through in my own life and share that with the masses of women and men to be able to overcome different struggles and adversity in their life.
Okay. Women are watching this show right now. So what is the one thing you want them to walk away with if they feel stuck in life and finding some hardship?
Well, if you're feeling stuck in life and in hardship, what I will tell you is that you don't have to be stuck. You can make a decision today to get unstuck. You have the power of decision, and that's making a choice today to get unstuck. And I personally want to be able to help you walk through that journey and handhold you to be able to get to a place of total freedom, mind, spirit, and body.
Wow. Okay. So it's a lot you have going on in this movement. So what has some of the feedback been?
Oh my goodness, relationships has flourished. Marriages have been restored, and it's not based on me. It's based on the principles that I give according to the Word of God. Every principle I share, every strategy I share, every nugget I share is based on the Word of God. So I am simply a vehicle, I'm a vessel, and I share these principles through my coaching programs that I have, and I tell women, okay, if you do this, this is what's going to happen. So it's been extremely overwhelming, the amount of inboxes I've received, emails, text messages, phone calls of how women have been restored and how their marriages have been restored as a result.
Treal Ravenel, thank you for being on Bouncearound Charleston.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, Wife Chat, Saturday, November 4th at 11 a.m. Link to register, what's that? Tiny URL.com
/Wife Chat 101.
Yeah,
so it's like a forward slash.
Yes. Yeah. And then Wives in Warfare 40-Day Prayer Challenge, November 1st through November 30th. And then the link for that is
tinyurl.com /wives go to war. And both of these events are totally free. So I hope that you'll be able to sign up for the online event and come out to meet us on Saturday.
And then the website
wiveswhowin.com. And you can find me on Instagram at @wiveswhowin_Treal Ravenel, on Facebook, Treal Ravenel, and Wives Who Win. And if you just Google me, you'll find it.
And even on YouTube. Absolutely.
I'm Treal Ravenel on YouTube. So hopefully you'll be able to connect with me and we can help you through this journey.
Wow. Hey, it's been a wonderful time having you here on Bouncearound Charleston today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And after this wonderful information, we've got some wonderful music for you right after this break.